Headlines most affecting Abbotsford this week. A 25-year-old man was found dead in Mission. WestJet stays in the air for travelers. It's got to be spring because there's plenty of road work on the major routes. And the saga of Chase Claypool. He's heading for upstate New York. We'll have that in sports. All right, Abbotsford, let's get started. I had called out to a rural property in Mission after a man died on Friday, May the 3rd. Shortly before 11 o'clock that night, the Mounties were notified by BC Ambulance that they were responding to a report of an incident inside a home on the 30,000 block of Dudney Trunk Road. Officers attending found a 25-year-old man unresponsive, could not be resuscitated. A suspect was arrested, and remains in police custody. WestJet and their Aircraft Mechanics Fraternal Association, that's the certified union representing the maintenance engineers, announced on Monday they did reach a tentative agreement on their first collective bargaining agreement between the two organizations. Both parties now await the ratification vote to be put forward to the membership. Now, there was a lockout notice issued last Sunday. It's been dropped, and a big sigh of relief for anyone who was a May long weekend traveler. WestJet flies out of both Abbotsford and Vancouver. You know, it's spring when there's road work. Crews are going to be paving George Ferguson Way between Gladys to Babbage from now until May 17th. So, of course, expect the usual traffic tie-ups. The Teamsters Canada Rail Conference announcing that close to 10,000 workers at CN and CPKC have voted to authorize strikes for both companies. Now, unless parties can come to some type of an agreement, a work stoppage could happen as early as May 22nd. CN runs through the Fraser Valley on the south side of the Fraser River. CPKC runs on the north side, and both rail lines transport goods, and they would have an impact on local and regional business. Last Friday, Abbotsford Council had the honor of hosting the Minister of Housing, Ravi Kahan, as well as the MLAs, Pam Alexis, and the Mayor of Abbotsford, Ross Siemens, announcing the opening of 60 new units for transitional housing at Kinghaven for men. The new housing is in addition to the already 38 units that Kinghaven has in operation. This entire project started back in April of 2022. 17-year-old Robert Bateman student Hannah Bricknell of HB Originals ventured to Calgary last week to get further critiques on a draft comic book that so far she spent about 370 hours working on for her District Authority Award at Bateman Secondary School. Now, the plan is to have this comic book ready for distribution by the beginning of June in preparation for the Kelowna Comic-Con. That's June 22nd and 23rd, and then coming back to Abbotsford just in time for a convocation at Robert Bateman. That's June the 24th. City of Mission updating their official community plan, and community members invited to get involved by sharing their priorities in a survey that was engaged on and launched on Engage Mission. Now, the official community plan is what's called a roadmap for responsible growth and development. Now, you can have your say on this. All you do is go to the City of Mission website. Coming up, what happens with Chase Claypool? Sports on the way. abbyTV's Sports, Abbotsford Canucks dug themselves into a deep hole. They dropped the first two games of the best-of-5 Pacific semifinal in the American Hockey League, and those first two games are down in Ontario, California. abbyTV and Fraser Valley News will be updating this series throughout the week on our social media. So much for the rumors that he would be coming north to the CFL, to the BC Lions or the Edmonton Elks, but the Buffalo Bills announcing the signing of Chase Claypool last Friday. The Abbotsford native split last year between Chicago and Miami. In a combined 12 games last year, Claypool had 8 receptions for 77 yards and a touchdown. Originally taken as the 49th overall draft pick in the 2020 NFL Draft out of Notre Dame, he's appeared in 58 games over 4 seasons with the Dolphins, the Bears, and the Steelers. Claypool is an Abbotsford Senior Secondary School grad, and for his career, he's hauled in about 175 passes, 2,261 yards, and 13 touchdowns. UFE women's basketball team continues to sign players for the fall. They announced that Ella Bond from Yale Secondary, and Excel Basketball Club signed on the dotted line, and more signings are expected in the weeks ahead. Bond, who helped the Yale Lions to a fourth-place finish at the 4A Provincial Championship earlier this year, will join the Cascades for their upcoming 24-25 Canada West season that starts in the fall. And congratulations to Abbotsford Rugby. They won their Division I final against Comox Valley, and they are on the hunt for players, and information can be found on their social media if you want to get involved or just want to order swag from them. You can do that at the same time. Coming up, Cari with the weather. Abby TV weekend weather. So, Cari, can we complain about the heat now?
Hello, Abbotsford. Your weather this weekend, it's going to be sunny. Finally, temperatures are going to be into the mid to high 20s with pretty much a 0% chance of rain. Next week, temperatures are going to drop a little bit down to about 15, but still only a 30% chance of rain. I hope everybody gets out there and enjoys their moms this weekend because, yes, heads up, it's Mother's Day. Fun fact, the sound that a baby first learns to make is pretty much the sound, which means that in almost every language in the world, the word for mom starts with the letter M. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Thanks, Cari, and thank you for watching. If you have a local news story you'd like us to report on, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great Mother's Day. I'm Don Lehn.